Juicy. Hey, part 2. This is mainly jazz and a bit of krautrock stuff I've got. Yeah, so like I started. In the background, masterpiece, Chick Corea, Return to Forever. What else can you say, you know? This is amazing stuff. This is the first ECM record I bought. I'd seen the cover around, I had no idea what to expect. Amazing stuff. It's a classic. Alright, got this at a record fair. Got to say, this is my first Kraftwerk album. I've obviously known of them, but I didn't venture too far into it until I watched a Krautrock documentary recently, and that really got my attention, especially when they talk about this record. So this is a US press on Vertigo. Now I understand, from what I understand, the UK, I'm going to turn this down a bit. Because in my last video, my voice was way too loud, and I mumble it as it is anyway, so there's no way anyone could understand my accent, my mumbling, and loud music in the background. So yeah, I think the UK press, I could be wrong, had a different cover, which is the blue cover with the white bridge and the road going through it. The sleeve's pretty beat up, but the record's in great condition here. So we've got the Vertigo spaceship label on, which is kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, this record's amazing. I read that they were obviously trying to capture the feeling of being on the Autobahn and trying to tune into the radio and listening to the sounds around it and stuff like that, and I can sort of hear that. I bought it. This is actually above and beyond what I expected it to be. This is probably one of my favourite records in my collection at the moment. I've had it on a lot. Amazing stuff, you know, how can you describe it? It's obviously mainly electronic, it's Kraftwerk. Yeah, really cool, really cool. I'll be looking out for more. Probably go Tour de France, I think I'll probably seek out next. Heard that's a good one. Maybe Trans-Europe Express, or what else have we got? Man Machine, is that it? Anyway, yeah, highly enjoyed that one. This one. Ryan Dye will know what this is. This has been on my radar for quite a long time, and then I saw that Ryan bought it a couple of months back, and then I was like, fuck, gotta get it, gotta get this record. So I found it auctioned on eBay and paid a pretty penny for this one, but it's so worth it. This is Bill Evans and Jim Hall, Undercurrents. So it's obviously Bill Evans playing piano and Jim Hall on jazz guitar. This is a Japanese press. Beautiful record. Beautiful record. I mean, it's probably so hard to get guitar and piano to whip it together. And it all slides in, you know. I think beautiful is the only way to describe it. I think Romaine, which is on the end of side 1, is it? It's probably my favourite track on here. Especially because Jim starts to instead of finger picking, he strums a bit, and that really works with the piano. Beautiful. It's just a really intimate recording. Very cool. Yeah, just really good. Look at that cover. What a stunning cover, you know. Love it. Undercurrents. Alright. Woo! This one. I know this is pretty hard to come by. Very happy to have this. This is Nights of Bells and Blues by McCoy Tyner. This is his second album, I think. What do we got here? 1963 on Impulse. So it's got the Impulse label and the spine and the gatefold. He's basically doing a lot of jazz classic. You know, there's a lot of standards on here. He does Round Midnight, which is beautiful. He does a really good take on that. It's on the Impulse thing. Yeah, this is amazing. This is just it's just a great late night jazz piano record. He just plays. He's got quite a lot of power in the way he plays, but he manages to balance it, so it's very delicate. And yeah, I don't really know what to say apart from just keep saying the word classic, but it really is, you know. Every track on here is an absolute treat. And he manages to keep your attention throughout the whole thing, you know, in the way he plays. He can switch it up, he can slow it down, play with block chords or just lightly, and yeah, amazing, really amazing. This is his third album. I think Inception is the second one, but I could be wrong on that one. This is a bit more, he plays a bit more heavy, he's got a bit of force in this. I like it. I think I even prefer it, I shouldn't say that, to the other one. But yeah, amazing. This is amazing. John Gilmore's on this one, which does a lot of work with Sun Ra, which I think is kind of weird because I don't think he did too much else. This is a Japanese press. But Impulse, I know Antoine will be very jealous when he sees this because I know he's very much into his Impulse records. Very cool. Yeah, it's kind of similar to that one, but he plays a bit. He sort of jams out a little bit more, and he's not afraid to have a heavier, louder dynamic. I mean, that's more a classic jazz piano record, and this one's a little bit looser, but still great. All right, more Impulse. Jesus, my shelf's filling up down there with Impulse records, but gotta have him. Oliver Nelson Blues and Abstract Truth. I could have got the 45 RPM Reed Master, which is going for $50, and that's got a different colour to this, but I saw this on eBay and I got it pretty cheap. This has sort of been compared to Kind of Blue a couple of times in terms of it being a classic jazz album. It's very crisp, nothing's overplayed, everything's just perfectly balanced, you know. There's nothing that doesn't need to be there, and everything that's there sits perfectly. I mean, Stolen Moments, what a classic track. Yeah, really amazing. I mean, if you haven't heard Stolen Moments, just hear it. You'll know it straight away. It's been used in movies and TV and everything. This is great. I mean, Eric Dolphy kills it on here. Roy Haynes, Bill Evans. And you know the whole thing. It's another one of those classic lineups that come together at the right time and create a perfect atmosphere. There we go. Blues and Abstract Truth. Cool. William Cobham, jazz fusion drummer. 1974. What can I say? This is really funky, really hot. It kind of reminds me of summer. It's very, I don't want to say tropical, but it's very warm. It's hard to describe this sort of music. You just got to hear it. But it's basically it's jazz fusion, you know, with a little bit of funk elements on here. You got John Abercrombie on here, John Williams, George Duke. It's just a great lineup. Very cool. He has this repeating motif that runs through the whole album, and it's based on sort of weather patterns. I don't really know. So you got like storm, savannah, flash flood, that sort of thing. It's just a trip. It's very cool, and it's really solid album, and I love it. Archibald Shep, Attica Blues. What a friggin' monster. What is he doing with this? He's just insane. Not what I expected at all. It's just massive. There's so much going on, so many different styles. He's obviously aimed big with this one, and he's absolutely nailed it, you know. Yeah, Archie Shep, Jesus, this is amazing. This is a Scorpio reissue, which I know people are a bit suspicious of, but I'm really happy. This sounds killer. Yeah, it obviously, I need to listen to it a lot more to really grasp it, but first of all, when I first heard it, I did not expect it to sound like this at all, and it's great. Archie Shep, Attica Blues. 1972, I think. Anyway, cool. Oh, this is magnificent. I was digging through at a record store, and Fred, Big Star 1000, was next to me, and he said, get this one, White Dishy, or get Crosswind. Now I know Derek showed this, I think it was Derek, recently showed it, and I thought the cover was amazing. So I got it, and it's a monster. It's absolutely crazy. This is probably my favorite record that I've bought of the lot in the last couple of months. Just everything's going on. It's amazing. I don't know how to describe it. Friggin' hell. from the beginning, there's some weird electronic thing going on at the beginning, like an electric piano that sounds like a modern. I don't know. It just sounds years ahead of its time. You know, this is. People compare this to Bitches Brew, and I understand it, but I reckon this has got more going on. Like Bitches Brew has some more subtle moments, whereas this is just bang, 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 bang. There's so many instruments. It's a similar sort of feel to Bitches Brew, but I don't know. I don't want to say it's better because I get told off, but it's amazing. I really happily enjoyed this. So I'll be looking out for Crossings and Wandishi, and I've got some of his earlier stuff. But yeah, this is phenomenal, and that artwork as well, killer. Herbie Hancock Sextant, 1973, on Columbia. Another one that I was told to just pick up, so I did it, no questions asked, and I don't regret it. This is Wildflowers 2, the New York Loft Jazz Sessions. So I think there's 5 or 6 of these, and they're compilations of, from what I gather, from what it says on the back here, there was a bit of a loft scene in the 70s where I suppose it's went down a lot of the lesser known jazz musicians or sort of came and went and played, and this is a set of recordings from each one, and it's amazing stuff. I mean, these guys aren't well known, but they should be. You know, they just. The only name I did recognise is Anthony Braxton and Oliver Lake, who are on here. But it's killer. It's just free jazz. It's a little bit spiritual. The second side really got me. Just some intense playing. Like these guys are so friggin' talented. And yeah, sometimes you can hear the clapping in the back from the loft, from the people in the loft, and it's a great ambience to it. I'll definitely be getting the rest of the set. So thank you for that one, Anthony, for pointing that out. Alright. Oh, I wanted this one for a while. I saw it in the record store a couple of weeks ago and just picked it up because it's an original I will never see in Australia. This is Cluster and Eno. Brian Eno. Yeah, what can I say? This is killer. This is a Four Men with Beards reissue. It's obviously got that classic electronic krautrock sound to it. I found this very accessible. I've got So So by Cluster, and this one's probably a bit easier to get into, and it grabs you straight away. There's a lot of repeating motifs that are in it, and yeah, I really enjoy this. This is amazing. I read that the bassist from Can played a couple of tracks on here, Holger Suzuki, I don't know. Anyway, that dude, amazing. This is yeah, a real treat. And that brings me to the end of part 2. So thanks for watching and subscribing, and you're all awesome. And that's the end.